Hi there. Hi, Becky. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I hope you're feeling better. I've been kind of behind on watching any videos, so I wasn't I'm not caught up with everyone's videos, and I was sorry to hear you were feeling under the weather. I'm glad you're feeling better. It's no fun to be sick at the holiday time, even if we're like just coming out of the holidays. It's no fun to be sick at any time. Did you have good holidays? Do you celebrate Christmas? We had a pretty low key holiday here. It was our plans had to change a little bit just because of the poor weather and the icy roads that we got all of a sudden on Christmas weekend. So we had to change plans a little bit, and then the traveling that we were going to do, we pushed it off for one more weekend. So we did that this past weekend to see my mom. So that was good. Hi, Crafty Mystic. How are you? I hope you're having a good Friday. Deb, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for popping in. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Becky, the Canadian artisan. Yeah, I definitely need to get caught up on everybody's videos. I feel like I'm so out of the loop anymore, just between the holidays and at my job, December is our busiest month by far. So I was working a lot more hours and I had to like take a back seat on watching a lot of videos. So I'm really out of the loop. Fiber Arts Fridays. I'll check that out. I'm gonna just make a quick note because if I don't, I'll forget all about it. So is it like embroidery or what kind of stitching is it? Oh, Deb, that sounds so cool. Yeah. I don't have a Cricut or anything like resembling any of those kind of devices, but they are so cool, everything that you can do with them. Oh, that sounds good, Becky. I will definitely check that out. Many times I've wanted to kind of branch out, and I at least want to get back to quilting, and that's one of my goals for this year. I've kind of pushed that aside the past year or two just in favor of garment sewing, and I really miss quilting, so I'm definitely going to get back to that. Oh, that sounds cool, Becky. I am not familiar with bobbin lace at all, but that definitely sounds interesting. It's another thing for me to look up and see what that's all about. Yeah. I hope you guys have plans for the weekend. I'm working tomorrow, but I do hope to get some sewing in. And I wanted to share with you guys this cute little sewing tag that Trish over at Pinky's Farm sent to me. So she sent me a Christmas card, and I was so happy to get that. Happy mail. And there was this cute little sewing tag in there. It says perfectly imperfect. I thought that was so cute. And I think I'm going to stitch that into the pants that I'm working on right now. Isn't it though? It's just adorable. And it kinda describes my sewing. And it's, the kind that fold like that. Yeah. And if you've watched my last couple of videos, I am doing these jogger pants. There was an issue and they're not gonna be full length joggers now, but they're coming along and hi, Katinka. How are you? Hi, Tiffany. How are you guys? I hope you're having a great Friday. Thanks for jumping in. Oh, thank you. I thought it was so cute. And I'm going to stitch it into these pants. I just need to figure out like where. And lately, like when I made my other pants from this pattern. I did some tags on the outside of the pants, like on the back pockets, and I thought that was so much fun. And I thought it would be really cute to put this somewhere like on the outside of the pants. Uh, just like self-expression or just to have like a cute little quirky thing. I was just happy she sent it to me. It made me feel happy. Oh, Becky, do you take your tags off because it's just itchy and uncomfortable? I do that sometimes. Oh, good, Katinka. Yeah, but I'm getting pretty good progress on these pants, and I think I should finish a couple of more sessions and I'll have them finished up, maybe a couple more hours. I'm so slow. Ah, yeah, it's kind of quirky to have tags on the outside. I kind of like it. And maybe too, it shows like anyone that's like reading the tags, they'll always have like a question about it. Like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Or and then you get a chance to say, "Yeah, I made these," and explain to them. And also, one thing that's happened was so I mentioned that we went to visit my mom last weekend. It was our delayed Christmas visit with her. And she makes bracelets. It's just like a craft or a hobby that she does, and she's really good at it. And she's made me a few over the years, and sometimes she'll sell them like at a consignment store or something like that. And she actually made this one for me. You guys can see that. They're elastic, and this one's sort of metallic, and I don't know if the colors are showing up too well, but there's some bronze in here and black. There's even some metallic blue. And she made this because she thought it would go with the jumpsuit that I made for V over at 85th and Wade, her jumpsuit challenge. I thought that was so awesome and so sweet. I have another one of her bracelets to show you guys. This one is my favorite one because I love all these like earthy colors. And she made that for me years ago. And I've worn it so much that I actually broke the elastic on it just from stretching it out over the years. And luckily, it was in a place where I could capture all the beads. And I took it back to her the next time we visited her, and she, like, put it back together again. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I love these bead bracelets. They're just my favorite. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun challenge, wasn't it, Becky? It was the first time I'd ever made a jumpsuit, and now I feel like I can do it because it seemed at the beginning like it was going to be very complex, and I thought, "Oh, am I biting off more than I can chew? How's this going to go?" And it worked out pretty well. I was really happy with it, and I was so thankful for the encouragement and just the invitation to participate. And now I feel like, "Oh, it's no big deal. I can do another one, like a different style or something like that." And I really would love to do more of, like, a work type jumpsuit with, like, all the pockets and the straps that have those buckles so you can adjust it, like, that I could wear when I'm gardening. And so I've got that in the back of my mind for a future project, and now it won't seem so overwhelming because of the one that I've already done. Yeah, what else are you guys working on this weekend? Hope you're gonna be able to do some fun sewing things. I wanted to share with you guys, so you may know or may not, that I'm going to be taking a stab at my first capsule wardrobe. And I'm going to do like a whole video about that next week. But I thought for anyone who's jumping on the live, what I could do is show you guys just like a little sneak peek at the main fabric. And it's a piece of fabric that I got from a seller on Etsy. And later on, when I'm editing this video, I'll put a link to her shop below. She was great to work with. And so I loved this print, and I thought there's so many good colors in the print that I could use it, like, as a jumping off point for a capsule wardrobe. So that kinda gave me the whole idea and spark to do a capsule wardrobe just because there's so many colors I could incorporate, and this print will be like the foundation of that all. Hi, Pam. How are you? Hope you're having a good Friday. I'm glad you made it. It's good to see you. Oh, you're gonna be busy, Katinka. That sounds like that would be enough to keep me busy for 2 weekends. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. I can't wait to share my plans with you guys for the capsule. And it seems as if it's kind of grown. It started with I was going to do 2 pairs of pants, some sort of like a topper. Like I settled on like a long vest, and maybe I'll do another topper, and maybe 3 shirts, and maybe a skirt. I don't wear skirts that much though, but I'm so caught up in this idea of a capsule wardrobe. And now like, look, and for a lot of this, I'm gonna be shopping my stash just in an effort to not buy any more fabric this year, or at least until I've sewn down half of my stash. So I've done a lot of shopping my stash and shopping my pattern collection. And as I keep seeing new ideas, new opportunities, I keep pulling fabrics out to add to it. So my capsule wardrobe is, I feel like it's going to have like 10 pieces in it before I'm done with everything. Yes. Have you done a capsule before, Katinka? It sounds like maybe you have. How did that go? And I feel like there might be some, maybe like a formal definition of a capsule wardrobe. Like it consists of like XYZ pieces, but maybe not. Maybe you just tailor it to however like it fits your lifestyle. Like I mentioned that I am going to go ahead and do a skirt, but I don't wear skirts that often. But if I have it, I might look for reasons to wear it, like going out to dinner when maybe normally I would wear a pair of pants. Well, now I could wear my skirt. Oh, that sounds good, Becky. I kinda did something similar. I placed a couple of orders on the last week of December, and that's it. And I actually, like, my fabric stash has gotten so out of control that I actually asked my husband, who maintains our home network and our internet and everything. I gave him a list of all the fabric places that I buy and ask him if he would block those websites because I don't trust myself at all. So he was happy to do that. And I even had him block Etsy, which that was a tough one because a lot of times I'll buy gifts on Etsy or I need other things from Etsy, but thought, "Nope, I can't be trusted." So I had him block Etsy too, and I figure if I need something, from Etsy other than fabric, I'll just have him unblock it just enough to get the thing that I need. Usually it would be a gift, and then have him block it again. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull that fabric out. It's right behind me. So I hope the lighting is good. I feel like it's pretty good. So it's got some browns and like mauve and a blue, like a smoky blue, maybe a little bit of beige. I'm going to turn another light on and hopefully this won't drown everything out, but you can get a better idea of the colors. So it was pretty reasonable. And I think that I'm pretty sure this is like a rayon challis. And look at the gorgeous colors in here. And I got 4 yards of it. It was, maybe that's too dark now. It's hard to get the lighting just right. So, oh, thanks so much, Becky. I appreciate it. Yeah, all you guys. I thought it was so pretty too. And so that's why I went ahead and got 4 yards. I mentioned that my main plan for this was to do a topper, whether that was like a cardigan or a vest. And my original thought was to do a cardigan because I wear cardigans a lot. And then as I got to thinking about it, I thought, well, if I do just a long vest, then I would have enough to also do a skirt out of it. And I'm gonna show you guys the patterns I have in mind. So for these are all like big four patterns. And although I am gonna sew more PDF patterns this year, that's another one of my goals. Thanks, Deb. I thought so too. With all those colors, there's like so many options. And lucky for me, the thing is, some of those colors in the fabric, I already have like solids in my fabric stash. I'm pointing there because my closet's over there where my fabric is. And that way I can shop my stash and I won't have to buy anything. So for the vest, this is a really old pattern. I say really old. Where's the copyright? Well, I think the copyright was on the flap here, which has torn off long ago. But you guys, it looks like it's maybe a 90s pattern. And the other one is more recent. It's this one. And I'm not sure. I haven't settled on which one. They both will use about the same amount of fabric. If I go with this McCall's, I'll do this one here because I want sleeveless. And if I go with this McCall's, I'm thinking this there. And most of the tops that I'm planning for my capsule are long sleeved. Because I was kind of thinking like a winter capsule, but by the time I get all the pieces made up, if I'm being honest, we'll probably be like well into spring just because I go slow. Yeah, this more recent one is just from 2020. So this one is still very readily available in the shops. Oh, hang on. This one, the copyright is right there. It's 95. Yeah. I think it still looks good though. I feel like it's still kind of relevant. It doesn't look too dated. Maybe the style of the pattern and the illustrations look a little dated, but I don't think the vest is too dated. Deb, I got that from Whitney. Yes, that's so awesome. I signed up for her email and I got that printout, and that was kind of part of, and actually, she in general on her channel is what kind of inspired me or prompted me to think, oh, I should do a capsule and to feel like empowered that I could do this. Yeah, I agree. She sends out, like, just the right amount. She doesn't, like, bombard your email with so much mail, and what she does send out is very useful. Thank you for reminding me of that because now I'm gonna go back and print that capsule list out and kinda match it up to the things that I'm planning, to make. Yeah, I agree, Becky, so many times, like, it's the fabric that we choose can make it look more modern, current, or, older. And for skirts, I pulled out 3 patterns from my stash, and now that I'm looking at these, I'm thinking they are all 3, like, so similar, and then you start thinking, like, "Why did I get all 3 of these?" Because the skirts are so similar, and then you think, "Oh, yeah, it's because Joann's has a $1.99 pattern sales," but I'm gonna try to curb. I'm not on, like, a pattern buying ban this year, but I am gonna try to curb it a little bit just because I'm running out of space. Yes, so here are the patterns I'm thinking for the skirts. Once again, like these are kind of a mix of old and new. And the first one is this Butterick, and I'm pretty much going to go for the length that the model is wearing here. Hope that's showing up. I think that would do nicely, and I feel like it seems like I did kind of the measurements with my 4 yards of that print that I would have enough to do like a mid-length skirt and the vest, but I'll have to double check that pretty carefully. And then here are the other 2 patterns. So they're all very, very similar. Like for instance, on this one, it would be this longer length. It might be a little shorter than that. I don't want it to come close to my ankles, but then I certainly don't want it to be up by my knees either. So, And then again, it might depend too on like how far I can stretch my fabric, and I might end up even lining the skirt just to give that challis a little support. Make sure that it hangs nicely. It's not extremely. I wouldn't call it thin, but it's it is a lot lighter weight, like a lot of chalets are. So I don't want it to. I want it to hang nicely. So I might end up lining the skirt. And yeah, so that's kind of the start. Those will be the first pieces I make for the capsule, and except for the pair of pants that I'm making for January. The two pants that I'm making for January, one of those will be part of this capsule. So that might actually get done before I start working with this print. And that's about all that I had to share with you guys. That's all sewing wise. In life, we're slowing down a little bit this week at work, so that's pretty good. December was crazy, and I'm kind of glad to like. Oh, hang on. Can you hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, something must have glitched there. Thanks, Becky. Yeah, so we're kind of slowing down at work a little bit, and I'm happy about that, just to have a little bit of a breather. It was a little crazy in December. I mean, it was good. It was the good kind of crazy 'cause we were doing more business, but it can wear you out too. And the other thing new that I'm kind of doing this year is I started taking yoga classes. And that's something that I had started doing about this time of the year back in 2020, or maybe the December of 2019. And I was taking yoga at the gym that we go to. It's included with part of our membership costs. All their classes are, which is really nice. We don't have to pay extra. Oh, Deb, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. I was really sorry about that. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, hopefully better next time. Uh, yeah, so I'm taking yoga, and I started that on Wednesday. And good idea, Becky. Yeah. And I've forgotten how much I liked it when I did it 3 years ago for a few months, and I was really getting into it at the beginning of 2020, and then the pandemic came and, like, shut the gym down for a while, and then, I just didn't go back to it even though things started opening back up again. I just never got back to it, and I've always wanted to, and I finally kinda got the motivation to get back to it, and I'm really enjoying it, and oh, good, Tiffany. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. I'm glad you can hear me now. Yeah, that's good. Um, yeah, I wonder how it'll be on the replay. At least it's fixed now. But it made me realize how like stiff my body is. Just it's terrible. So I just have to go at my own pace and kind of I try not to compare myself to the other, like, students in the class when I see that they are able to do the, like, really extreme stretching and do all the yoga poses, and I feel like I'm just kinda creaking along, and I'm like a pretzel, like, twisted and, like, rigid, and if I stretch too far, I'm just gonna break or something like that. But I know it'll get there and it just takes time. But so this I went Wednesday and I went this morning, and just because I was off on those days, off of work. Oh, thanks, Becky. And today it seemed like it was a little bit better than Wednesday as far as just being more comfortable. And I know it'll just take time for my body to kind of loosen up and Used to, I would think of yoga as just being something that was maybe easy or you just zen, but it can be really tough. And it's really as tough as you make it. Like I've heard of some people talking like that are going to yoga not just for flexibility and relaxation and help relax their body, but going for hardcore fitness and where their instructor would make them like hold a pose for so long that they start sweating. I'm like, oh, that's hardcore. That's not the kind of yoga I'm doing at all. It's very peaceful and they keep like the lights down low and play like soft, like kind of flute music. It is really peaceful, even if it's been kind of tough on my body, at least up front. I find that at the end of it, when it's all done, I do feel really relaxed. So I'm excited about that. My goal is to do, they offer the class 4 days a week. So my goal is to go at least 3 times. And I know that I won't be able to make every time because my work schedule, it fluctuates. And so I can't count on having certain days off. So I'm just going to try to make it work however, I can. And if I can get there at least minimum of 2, that'll be good, but I'm gonna shoot for 3, and maybe on a good week, I can hit all 4 of the classes. The instructor's so good. She has a nice way about her and not real pushy, just like, "Just go as far as you can," and, like, making sure that we don't injure ourselves, especially, like, our knees and our back and all those trouble spots. So she'll encourage us just to, like, alter the pose if it's a little too, strenuous, that we could try another way or a modified version of it, which right now, at least, I take her up on that, like, every time. I'm always having to modify the poses, just because it can be a little difficult, or I can't, like, reach all the way to my toes or something like that. I know it'll get easier, though. Have any of you guys ever done yoga before? I can kinda see why people get, like, so into it, because it is so relaxing. I'm just really thankful that our gym offers these classes, and it's all included. I pay $25 US a month for my membership there, and it includes, just going into the gym to work out, or any of the classes, and they have, like, they do yoga, they do, like, circuit training, with weights, all kinds of aerobic classes, so it's really a good deal. I'm so thankful to have that. It is, Tiffany, it is. The first time when I was doing it a few years ago, right at the start of the pandemic, the first morning I went, it was a Sunday morning, and that class is, like, extra relaxed, and when I came back home, my husband looked at me. He was like, "Are you high?" I guess I had such, like, a peaceful, like, I don't do drugs at all, but I had, like, such a peaceful, like, zened out look on my face that he noticed. It was, like, readily visible, and he noticed it. He was laughing. So it was going back this year, starting again. It's a different teacher, and she's really good, but I think because I've been out of the fitness scene for so long and my body's so, like, tight and not flexible at all, uh, that I've lost some of that it's not quite as like, it's not as it's a little bit more painful. Not terribly so, but I think, I'll have to work back up to that level of flexibility where I can just come out of it feeling totally relaxed and not like, "Oh, that was hard." Uh and so I'm starting out with that, and we'll see if I, get back into more strength training and things like that. I feel like it's come down to where I have to do something just to maintain a level of health. And that's about all I have to share with you guys. Unless there's something else you guys want to chat about, we could probably wrap it up. I appreciate you guys jumping on. It was so good to talk in real time. It's one of my favorite things about having a channel is just getting to interact with everyone. And I hope that you guys get some good sewing or crafting in this weekend. And good luck on all your orders, Katinka, but I don't think you'll need luck. And I guess I will talk to you guys next time. Oh, one before I go, so on Tuesday, I'm planning to do the full video showing all the pieces that are going to be part of my capsule wardrobe. I'm so excited about that. Hope you guys can come back for that. And I guess I will talk to you then. Bye. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks. I'm so happy that you joined in. I appreciate it so much. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.